Loud. Turn this one up, my boy. 3 o'clock. Yeah. That's radio. It's 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock. From 3 to 5, they going live. MisFits radio. Turn it up. That's my favorite show. It's 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. From 3 to 5, they going live. MisFits radio. Turn it up. That's my favorite show. From 3 to 5, they going live. MisFits radio. Every Sunday, yeah, they certified. My favorite show. New guest this week, ain't no surprise what you been praying for. If you trying to take their top spot, you better pray some more. Slick got the camera rolling, lab on the ones and twos. It's a lot, they going in the dirt and someone come for you. This my favorite podcast, you listen, it's your favorite too. Playing all the hits where they in trouble if they play with you. Artists sing your music in, come and get an interview. Tune in every Sunday, cause you know that's what I'm about to do. 3 to 5, they going live, black owned and black operated. Indie hits the mainstream, if it's hot, they gonna play it. I ain't even gotta say it, watch it back on Roku. Going live on IG or catch the show on YouTube. Tune in every Sunday and catch up on the latest news. And close your ears and close your eyes, cause that's what all the haters do. It's 3 o'clock, it's 3 o'clock. From 3 to 5, they going live. MisFits radio. Turn it up, that's my favorite show. It's 3 o'clock, it's 3 o'clock. From 3 to 5, they going live. MisFits radio. Turn it up, that's my favorite show. 3 to 5, they going live every Sunday. Right here on MisFits radio, man. Tune in. Catch up on all the current events. All the bullshit going on, shit going on, shit going on.
Alright, I had to edit that. You know, we've been talking.
Not lab on the remix. Hey man, you are officially in the mix, baby. I am Miss Mix-a-Lot.
I am internationally known. You know how I go. You
That's
know,
right.
AKA internationally known.
Come
AKA if you only international, you domestic.
Come
AKA. Yeah, what they say, your DJ's favorite DJ.
That's
AKA if your girl in the room while I'm DJing, she's mine.
Ow. You heard it. And of course, you know we got Select 316 in the building, baby.
Always.
That's right, man. We want to just welcome y'all to this lovely Sunday.
That's right.
Baby, you could have been anywhere in this world and you chose to sit it out with us today.
That's right.
Y'all need to, because, baby, I seen so many people like that yesterday at the Dukes and Booze. Baby, them folks said with 40,000 people like that.
Really?
So, originally,
We
had gotten tickets because it was supposed to be on Camp Creek.
Okay.
But after they sold so many tickets, I guess they saw avenue to open it up and make more money.
More riches.
They took it to the Motor Speedway.
Okay, how was it there?
I couldn't tell you, baby. That was a little too far for one. And for two, 40,000 people, y'all said.
That can't be no fun having 40,000 people.
Well, the thing about it was the way that they had it set up, and as large as the Motor Speedway is, it was nice, but it wasn't a real trail ride.
Okay.
I was signing up for a real trail ride.
I got you.
That's why I bought tickets at first.
Okay.
But once I saw that they took it that far, and I was like, it's going to be a trail ride, but it's going to be the city kind.
Okay.
Y'all know I've been a cowgirl. Been rocking cowgirl boots for years. What other people expect and appreciate, it's a little different from me.
Right.
I want to go to the real trail ride.
I get it.
You feel what I'm saying? But it was a nice little vibe. My brother was out there with Lloyd and with I always say Benny. Not Benny no more. His name is let me see you two-step. Then
yeah.
I'm sorry, baby.
Keep your name the same.
When you know people in real life, it be a little different. But they all went out there and they said it was a very nice experience. They got a chance to actually perform. It was more of like a festival.
Okay, than
a trail ride, which I honestly feel like that's what they should have kind of told people. You know what I'm saying? As far as what it should be expected. And before we go any further, don't y'all forget, man, y'all can always give us a call, 678-740-9894. Call in and let me know what y'all felt about the Dukes and Boots, because people was looking real cute.
Mm-hmm.
People was, looking a little musty too, because it was hot. 90 degrees.
Right.
The real trail ride be hot too, but it kind of be in the woods.
Right,
So
right.
It be a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got some shaded areas, but if you out there, you got to get a tent. It was just too much.
It's too much going on.
I'm one of them kind of people where if I show up to the event, I want to do the bare minimum.
WestSide MisFits Slick say Blanco Brown.
Blanco Brown! Yes, Blanco, baby.
We can always count on Slick to check us and correct us.
Look here, I got the Perry brain. I get all kind of things going on, baby. Well, brain freeze, brain
you said my
fog.
whole government.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So, baby, I be forgetting. But yes, Blanco Brown. So Joshua was out there with Lord and Blanco Brown. They performed and they had a good time. Like, that's what I'm saying. It was more like a concert. I saw Gib Goody. It was more like a festival, more like a concert versus an actual trail ride.
Okay.
So they had a nice little, nice little kick going on. But once again, it was real hot. And I'm going to tell y'all what I don't like. Yeah, I know we trying to stay away from the aluminum in the
deodorant.
In the deodorant and stuff like that. But this ain't the kind of heat you can do that in. Like because typically I don't wear deodorant. I just pat a little alcohol under my arm.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that'd be good to go. But when it's 90 degrees and you're actually outside, it's gonna test every bit of your personal hygiene, okay? So even in them little slits, you gotta put a little something that smell like some in them slits.
Right.
You know, cause, hey, look here.
This that break out that 72-hour deal.
Exactly. You got to do it accordingly.
Right. This
you got
that 3 day deodorant.
You got to hit under the boobies and this for men too, cause some men be having boobies.
Hey, hit them balls, fella. Hit between that thigh and that ball action. Cause you be surprised what kind of smell come up from there.
You got to get in now.
Right.
You feel me? Because see, you don't want your sit down air to be smelly. And you don't want to be flouncing around folk giving hugs and y'all ain't up to par.
And your sit down air smell like twerking.
Exactly. So I just wanted to bring that in y'all because I know a lot of people was on the internet talking about, and I was like, 90 degrees will definitely test out your personal hygiene.
Yeah.
It'll do that.
It was hot.
I think it was supposed to. And yesterday, what was so crazy, it wasn't just regular hot. It was like that muggy, like the mosquito get on you and can't even break off biting type of heat. Like, no.
Yeah, it was
and
definitely
don't y'all forget about that Skin So Soft. No, this is not a paid advertisement. But I know in the 70s and 80s, my parents used Skin So Soft for us. And cause these mosquitoes now they will take your sock down and bite the hell out you.
That's right.
You got to put this stuff everywhere.
You see your mosquitoes with a fork and knife.
I'm talking about for real, going to town. I just can't believe how the disrespect for these damn mosquitoes done got. It didn't always be like that. They would leave you alone if you had a little something burning. Like a little bonfire burning.
Right.
Baby, they go right through that.
Yeah, they don't even, the smoke don't even bother them no more.
They are used to it, okay? Y'all done smoked the mosquitoes out.
It's like marijuana smoke to them. It must make them hungrier.
And I'm telling you, they go even harder.
The flies have gotten worse this summer too.
Yes.
They real bold.
Tell you, I was just telling my cousin the other day. So for the 4th of July, we went over to my cousin Reggie's house. Children out there swimming. We having a good time. Real nice, just a very nice vibe. He don't like flies like we don't. Like we just despise flies.
Right.
And my mama was one of the best fly killers you ever seen, right? Her and BJ Daddy, Marga Bobby. Baby, they can swat them in one time. Like we'll be waiting 30 minutes, get here in the blinds.
Right.
We're gonna watch them come out the blind. No, they gonna get them in the blinds, the curtains, whatever.
Yeah.
Man, my cousin had a fly thing that spin around. And guess what? It worked. But then when it stopped going, What you think the fly did?
Came on back.
Man. I was like,
God damn it,
why that thing was working, that kept the flies away.
With their cousins
and
stuff.
But when I tell y'all, when it stopped, them flies were doubling down. But I'm going to tell you another species that I figured out don't care nothing about what we got going on as humans. Squirrels.
Really?
You remember back in the day, like you could be like, wow, like a squirrel can see you, they'll jump. Not no more. They be sitting there like they want you, like they want to be your pet. Well, like catch me.
And these animals be domesticated now. We don't, people
seriously.
People feed them in the park and all that, so they used to humans now. Back in the day, they weren't scared of them because
I asked the Duns. I said, "You been feeding these squirrels?" Because I could tell it's the same too, and they be on our trash can and they be right there at our house. But you remember back in the day, they didn't do that. Like they would hop out. No, I pull up and they be like.
I welcome home.
And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Done you been feeding these girls? Because see, one thing about my child, he gonna feed the animals.
He love animals.
He gonna feed them animals. And I'm just like, he had to have fed them.
He had to.
For them to be that close. I'm talking about, they literally sit there, watch me get out the car. They don't flinch.
Yo, he made them real comfortable. He probably been talking to them and everything.
And that's what I said.
Why he feeding them like, don't worry about nothing. I got you.
Right.
We covered.
And they still there. And I'm like, now, squirrels they used to be. But even at my job, you could tell that those squirrels are bougie. And they know they inside the gates. Right. They don't go nowhere. They don't go nowhere. You could be walking. They might fly across your feet. You know that ain't how squirrels used to operate.
Not at all.
So like I said, this is what we got going on. Domesticated animals that we just didn't have to deal with up until recently.
Now we got to deal with it.
And it's all love. Because one thing about it, I honestly feel like God put everybody and everything on this earth for a reason. Sometimes we may not know the reason. Because I have still been wondering about mosquitoes and flies. But like we might not know, but I'm sure they possess. They serve
something. A purpose. They serve a purpose. They serve a purpose
because they've been around since way before me.
I mean, roaches.
Exactly. Like what could they? Water bowls.
The roaches are there to let your ass know you nasty. I guess.
I don't know though, because I have seen some clean spaces with roaches. I'm telling you, because you know a lot of times people bring them things to your house.
They do.
And people always like if I bring my purse, just being honest with you, into your house or wherever we going, I kind of trust it because I don't take my purse in everybody's shit.
Right.
I don't want to bring nothing back up out of there with me.
Gonna crawl in there.
I don't know. I'm just like that. You know how folks be like, I'm gonna put my purse in that drawer. I ain't putting shit in that drawer. My purse gonna sit right here so I can see and might see some. You know.
Right in my peripherals. I get it.
I don't do all that. But I will tell y'all this, man. There's so much going on.
Right.
It's a lot going on, right? So I've just been over the past couple of weeks. I haven't been here, and I do apologize about that. But I just had a lot of bookings and just a whole lot of other stuff going on, and we want to give the opportunity to other people that use our platform too to shine just as bright as WestSide MisFits. So we appreciate y'all for tapping in.
That's right.
You know, whenever
y'all should tap in regardless, because really,
that's right.
To be honest with you, y'all watch this show. Y'all watch all our shows. Y'all might not watch them live, but y'all watch them. Y'all know we the best thing on since sliced bread. I don't know why y'all acting.
I'm gonna say something. I truly believe that. Like over the last couple of weeks, I've had a chance to tap into other platforms. One thing that if you don't know that you will know about me is that I hardly ever know who our competition is, right? And somebody, I was talking to somebody at work, and I work for one of the largest nonprofits in the world,
right?
And one thing that he was one of the upper ups, I guess. I don't know
the upper ups.
The upper ups. But we was talking and you know, we just talking about business and this, that, and the other. And he said, you know, it's so funny because a lot of times people try to compare themselves to different people and this, that, and the other. So I made a video about you can want what somebody else have, but you got to be prepared for what comes with it.
Right.
So, in other words, because you don't know what people are doing to get what they're getting, you don't know what they're doing to keep it either. And me and him talked about it, and he said that's a good way to put it, Donna. He said because a lot of times, competition kind of happens at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Collaboration is at the top.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, so when you have a business, and even if you feel like your business is up here, you top tier, you this, that, and the other, he was like, collaborate, man. He said, collaborate. He was like, let me tell you why. Regardless of where you think somebody else's business is, it's somebody in that business that didn't know about you.
Right.
It's somebody that supported that business that didn't know about you until y'all came together and collaborated, right?
Most definitely.
So it made me think about us collaborating with other platforms and stuff like that. And what I realized is a lot of people are in competition with us, and we didn't even know, because guess why? I ain't even never checked the competition.
Now I'll check them out sometime, but my thing is, I just check them out to see what kind of conversations they're having, and if they're relevant to us as a people. Now, as far as them being better than us, I don't care nothing about that, but I do need to try to keep a post on what the conversations are about and how we can either change it or, go a different route. You get what I'm saying? Because we don't all want to be the same. We also want to have the same conversations about the same things the whole time.
So the thing about it is, a lot of times with okay, so what like I said, what I realized is a lot of people will be in competition with you and you don't even know it, right? And the only problem that I have with that is people that do that will start making up stuff, will have all kind of assumptions, this, that, and the other, about things that they have no knowledge of. I welcome any station. I welcome anybody doing podcasts or radio shows and things of that. I welcome them to come in with us and collaborate on some things, because at the end of the day, if we're all reaching for the same goal, we want to kind of make it. But what I won't deal with is people making assumptions or not asking certain things and trying to find out their own answers. I don't really deal with that too well, only because I'm an open book. I teach people how to monetize their platforms. I teach people how to market and produce. I teach people a lot of different things that honestly other people will charge you for. I'm no gatekeeper. I'd rather somebody utilize the information and make it versus me keeping it to myself. Thank you. Versus me keeping it to myself and nobody benefits from it, right?
Uh-huh.
So yeah. So that's just like one of the things that I wanted to put out there. Man, we could collaborate as long as you don't bring any negativity towards me or towards our platform. If you see where we can help one another through promotions or marketing and things of that nature, we're all for it. Because one thing that we do, and one thing that you'll often see with Slick doing, is supporting.
Most definitely. Everybody.
We support with nothing to gain.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part that people have to understand. We support regardless, and if we're going to be like that, we have to be with like-minded people.
Most definitely.
Because you can use, I always tell people, use me. I'm very resourceful, but don't misuse me.
Hold on.
Because that's when, like seriously.
Right.
That's when the dynamics of our relationship will change. That's just what it is. Because I'm gonna always be me, and I wouldn't let nobody deter or make me different. But you can make me deal with you different.
Right, and don't make us feel like you trying to use us.
Right,
because we got intuition. Don't think you getting over.
Yeah,
don't think you getting. I hate a person to feel like they're getting over on us, especially on us three, Miss a lot, Slick, and myself, because we have worked very hard to get to where we are with this platform.
Absolutely.
People coming, people going, spending money that we don't have,
yeah.
Going out and doing remotes with people that don't pay just for free. So we are not going to let you just come over here and try to walk on over us, because we could do without you.
That's right.
we built this on our own. We don't need no help, but we are very willing to collaborate.
That's right, and the realness of it is because what have to happen, and Lab talk about this all the time, is about unity, right? And I can see how people can get discouraged from bringing unity into their circle, but I can also see the importance of it, if that makes sense. So the conversations that we have, a lot of times they will uplift and they will be informative and mostly funny. But for the most part, like that's just kind of something that we have mastered. Like we want to put it all in one pot, because one thing about unity, you have to see things from different perspectives, and that's what have always made us misfits. We all from different walks of life, but once you put it all into one pot and you stir it and you see that our perspectives are different, but we respect each other's thoughts and ideas and all of that. That's what sets us apart.
I heard gumbo good. I ain't never had it, but I heard it good.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't ate it, but I've heard a lot of great things about it.
Most definitely.
Hello, K-Lady.
Hey, K-Lady. Slid in.
3:30.
Look, let's not discuss the traffic.
3:30.
They working on the expressway. I don't know why they decide to do this shit in the middle of the day and don't do it
Because it's
overnight.
Sunday.
Well,
They've been doing it since Friday.
Oh.
Like, they
do it now. Let me tell you something. So since 2020, we've all been on a roller coaster of whys, right? It's just what the hell it is. We've been trying to figure out why.
Overnight.
Since 2020, they don't do it like that anymore. They figure any time is as good as any. And that's the craziest shit in the world.
Right.
But it ain't just the traffic people. It's a lot of people.
Right.
Well, I tried to go
They have no respect.
the expressway. Then I get behind two major ass accidents. I'm so glad that nobody unalived themselves in it. So I'm trying to go around this traffic to only get in more traffic, and these are like pickup trucks, like they demolished they shit. Like,
oh yeah, I saw. As a matter of fact, I saw an accident out here in Douglasville not long ago, and it involved some trucks as well. So, not pickup trucks, but 18-wheelers.
18-wheelers.
Oh, no,
The thing about it is, for a long time, 18-wheelers couldn't do 20. They couldn't do 20.
It wasn't allowed.
So now, for whatever, I don't know what opened up. That's something else we could look into as far as like the laws for these 18-wheelers. Now that they've been allowed to come on 20, they're just taking people out.
So what happened was, you remember 20 didn't used to go all the way to Alabama. Once they opened it up to go all the way to Alabama,
that's when they were allowed.
Because
I knew it had to be something, because for years
they didn't.
Those 18-wheelers were not allowed on 20.
Yeah.
They could do 285. They could do certain times of the day.
They're still not supposed to go through downtown on 20. So once they get to 75 or 285,
they're supposed to go around.
They don't.
They don't.
So, and that's been because it depends on where they're going. So they may be picking up, because, I don't have to learn the rules of the road with the tractor trailers because of where I work. So what happens is, depending on where your stop is, that would allow you to come through the city without getting on 285. If your stop is off of a 285 or 675 or any exchange like that, then you have to take it.
Chris say they couldn't go 20 unless they had business in the city.
Correct.
He had a whole truck company.
Right.
And that's still what it is now. So that's what I'm saying. Like now, if they're still on 20 once they pass 285, it's because they have business. And the same thing, if they're on 75, 85, it's because they're operating in that exchange area.
Well, what I can tell you is we have seen the fatalities and the accidents alone increase since things have changed and things aren't being enforced as far as on the road. But what I will tell you all is I am so tired of seeing Georgia State Patrol out here playing I don't even know what they playing, Russian roulette or whatever with these cars.
Yeah.
First of all, if you have the information for the vehicle, you done ran a tag, you see this, that, and the third, why would you jeopardize everybody else on the highway or even on the streets? Because I've seen them on the streets too. But why would you jeopardize everybody around you just to get this one car.
Because Georgia State Patrols are the only one that's still operating like that.
That's crazy.
Everybody else had to back off of it because they were hitting people, killing people, unaliving people, and everything else, and they were endangering. But Georgia State Patrol, they're still chasing. And I don't know if you seen one of the ones they did a couple of weeks ago. They were chasing a Tesla down 75.
I saw that.
And it just so happened when they did the pit maneuver on him, he barely missed the car that was in the fast lane.
Yeah.
It was just like that car
literally
missed it.
Literally missed it by inches. And just to me, somebody riding down the street, that's how innocent people get hurt. Somebody just riding down the street trying to get home or to wherever they're going, and out of nowhere, you see a car spinning out in front of you. You like, what the? You can't even move around for real.
I think that the mentality is that, oh, they running for something, so it's got to be something more in the car. I need to get that. And see, their adrenaline starts pumping because as soon as you start running, like, I'm finna get. You know what I'm saying? It's just a mentality of aggression.
And I get it. I get it.
It had 100 police officers out there for one damn car.
But my whole thing is, as a criminal justice person, one thing about criminals, guess what they do?
They're gonna do it again.
They're gonna do it again. They're gonna go back to the crime, the scene of the crime.
Right.
This is something that we know. I don't know if it's human nature, but anybody who has ever studied criminal justice, these are things that we know, right? So my whole thing is, even if you didn't get them this time,
you're gonna get them.
You're gonna eventually get them.
But I think it's like,
jeopardizing everybody, and I understand the adrenaline rush and stuff like that, but you want to make it back home to your family too, right?
Yeah, they don't have that mentality though. See, like BMU said, DO2 ain't no hoe, and GPS super cops, shit crazy. See, they think they super, like they think nothing can happen to them.
Yeah. And the GPS, like, if you ever got pulled over by a GPS, they be on a whole nother, like, mentality level.
I get it, but the goal is to make it back home to your family. And I know too many officers and too many people that have not been afforded that, opportunity. And for you all to just take it and just move around with it, just to me, it shows a whole lot of disrespect. And it shows that not just for the people that that's around you, but for your family as well. Like, bro, you ain't that ain't what you was put out there to do.
You have to tell Jesus had to come down and tell them that ain't, because they think that is.
That's crazy.
They really do think they super cop. That's that true thing of Billy Badass. Like they really think they a Billy Badass when they become state patrol. And it's always, no offense, it's always the shortest motherfuckers out there too. Like
What you mean, no offense? I'm 6'2". Hell, you talking about?
But they always the littlest ass people. So I don't know if it's like the Billy Badass and the little man complex combined, but they is awful.
Yeah,
Slick say they got them chips in their car too to go faster.
They do.
But
And
they got
new cars.
They got every car now.
That.
They got a Vet. They got the Charger. They got a Challenger. They got a Mustang. They got an SUV. Like, what the fuck else y'all need?
Well, since the administration has given them pretty much immunity that they not gonna charge them with anything, every civil rights case that was against the police, the DOJ has dropped.
What?
Yeah. Since recently, every civil rights case that was in the Department of Education has been dropped.
Yeah.
I know y'all fucking lying.
Yeah.
Since Trump taking office, everything that was in play or in motion, they
investigating police or investigating some discrimination at schools or in education, all that's been dropped.
All that's been dismissed. You remember, he's making America great again. Y'all finna be in the fucking fields again. Keep playing. I'm dead ass.
We ain't going back that easy. we not our grandmama now.
But we ain't. But that's what his ultimate goal is, because he made the comment that if you on Section 8, Medicaid, food stamps, any like that, you're gonna have to work for your money. You're gonna have to work for your food and all that stuff. And in order to work for it, the people that we don't send back to their country, y'all gotta go and work it and do what they were doing, because he said all the farms and everything need to be 100% American work.
the realness of it is, ain't nobody against people working. Nobody ain't never said
I don't want to work.
Yeah, like the average person I know that's getting anything is working.
Right.
If they're not working, it's mainly because they can't, or they're not in a position to right now. But that don't mean that they ain't never worked.
Right.
That means that right now they're in a position where they can. So when it comes down to certain stuff, like I that's perfectly fine with all of that. But a lot of what I have figured out is, I guess, because people started their own businesses and stuff like that, the work ethic is different.
Yeah. A lot of people don't have the same work ethic as they used to. Like, we used to, our parents worked 30 years at some place and stayed there forever. Now people jump jobs after 3 months.
Because they're chasing a dollar.
Or they chasing better. I mean, if you work at a place, you generally can tell how that company's going to treat you within 90 days. Yeah. And if 90 days they feel like it's a certain way you want to be treated, that you feel you're not being treated, you're going to go somewhere else. These millennials and Gen X and all that, they not staying at these jobs 30 years because they know that the jobs don't have any loyalty to them. Right. So why should they have loyalty to the job?
Perfect example. Just like I said, from 2020, we've been on a whirlwind, right? That's one of the whirlwinds. When people saw that they weren't valued and how much they weren't valued, things changed. The way they looked at things changed. The way they realized I'm indispensable. Like I ain't even secure in this situation.
Right.
So when you're not secure in the situation, you gonna give it what you got to give it until you ain't got to give it no more.
Yeah, but I had a clear person. That's what my aunt told me to start calling the people. I had a clear person tell me a long time ago, stop busting your ass at these corporations, at these companies. Do what you need to do so you don't have eyes looked on you. He was like, but he said, I'm going to tell you. He said, if something was to happen to you tomorrow or today, he said, they're going to replace you within 24 hours. He said, so do what you need to do to just keep your job. He was like, basically, you just need to do the bare minimum that you need to do, but don't be going up and beyond for these companies no more because they don't care nothing about y'all.
I'm going to start giving a seminar on the art of doing the bare minimum while also looking like you're doing the ultimate most.
Hold on, boys. The ultimate most.
Right.
And that's what you have to do.
I'm just saying. I'm just going to do a seminar about it because I do the bare minimum, but go ask any of my managers at my place of business. I'm not going to tell y'all what it's at. And they'll tell you, oh, he's the best ever. Because I know how to do it the best way possible. I know how to make myself look like I am indispensable. When I know they'll get rid of me in a day or so. I'm just saying, like, they're going to think about it for about 4.2 seconds before they fire me. They're going to be like, I don't know. Nah, get rid of them. They're going to think about it. Whereas other people, they're going to be like, get rid of them.
Yeah.
They're going to think about my firing for about 4 seconds. And it's just like,
even with my position, I don't know if I told you, but I got a promotion. So it go into effect on August the 1st. Did I tell you?
You told us, but...
Okay, so this is what I'm going with that. I didn't know other people...
Men just be like, oh, he's not...
Listen!
I'm just go ahead.
So I didn't realize other people knew who I was.
Okay.
And with me getting this promotion, they told the new manager, oh, that's a good fit. Like, she gonna really help you. I was like, how they know me? Like, how they know me? How they know my work?
People know you.
But that just goes to show, like, I'm like you. I do what I'm supposed to do. But every now and then, I'll go up and beyond just because of who I am. But for the most part, I do what I'm supposed to do, and I just keep it moving. And that's just like now. People are asking about my current position, like what do they need to do to have my current position? And I basically told them, I carved my own lane. Nobody told me how to operate in this position. I made it to what I wanted it to be. I worked it how I needed it to work, and it just so happened it was good for my boss.
And they need to work it how they gonna work it. They want to be in the position.
You gotta work it how you gonna work it. Just know you got to have confidentiality at the highest because you going to learn and you going to know about people's shit across this entire district.
Right.
And you can't say nothing. You can't act like you know nothing. Like, period, point blank.
Yeah, that's true. You got to stand out without trying to. And that's the hardest part is trying to stand out without trying to, because if you try to stand out there, people are going to be like, but if you just do your job and do it to the best of your ability without also going overboard, generally you stand out because if you're doing your job to the best of your ability, 9 out of 10 people around you are not doing that much.
Right. And that's what causes I've gotten a lot of conflict in my job because I'm like, I do my job. Other people around me, they don't even do their job. Like, y'all don't even know how to do the bare minimum. So you mad at me because I'm coming in at least doing my job. And that's highlighting that y'all not doing shit.
Yeah, see, that's your fault. You got to fall in line. But, yeah, I think that the current situation as far as people being on Medicaid and Section 8 and all that stuff and having to go to work, I don't think a lot of those people don't want to work. You got to add in stuff like health care. Child care is very expensive. Child care is very expensive.
Child care. So you cutting what people need in order to go to work, but you want them to go to work. So who gonna pay for this? Because all the extra benefits that the government and state and federal institutions provided for this, you're not cutting out. So if I was working and I did have y'all paying for child care, guess what? Now I got to figure out something else. Either I can't go to child care or I'm finna be out here busting people over the head doing some illegal shit. Like, you got to make it make sense.
But the issue with that is the reason why people are so with it is because they don't tell the whole story of what the problem is. It's not necessarily that people want to get this stuff for free and want to stay home and live off the system, because a lot of them don't want to. And the whole narrative, the quickest way to get people to agree with you and to get rid of something is to say that black people are getting more of it. And see, that's the narrative that they're trying to throw out there, that we as black people are getting this Medicaid, getting this Section 8, getting this food stamps free. But they don't really realize that we are 10% of the 11% of the population. There's over 15% of the population on this stuff, and most of that are people in rural areas. And
even though we're 10%, we may only be 1 or 2% within that 10% that's actually receiving it. I seen something yesterday. It was a guy, him and his family take a trip to Canada every year. They go to different parts of Canada every year. He cannot come back in the country no more. He came to the border. He lives in Pennsylvania. His house in Pennsylvania, they work in Pennsylvania and everything. They kept him in Canada. His family was able to come back, but he had to stay. He had to stay because he had 2 criminal charges back in 2005 and 2007. One was for drugs and one was for something else, but he already did everything.
Was he a citizen of the United States?
Yeah. He was lived here, born here, and everything, but you now know you can't come back in the country if you have illegal cases. Like if you pop for something illegal when they run your background checks, because now they're having to run your background checks if you coming back. So now he's held in Canada and trying to figure out how he gonna get back home. And he was all for.
Of course he was.
Now he's saying, and he was like, he didn't know it was gonna affect him.
They always gonna tell you criminals first.
So birthright citizenship is not even holding weight no more.
No.
Yeah. So even if it's like if say like if my grandmother is Hispanic, if my grandmother was born in Mexico, but my mother was born here, technically her birthright doesn't count anymore. And then I don't know how it'll affect me as the grandchild. Like, does that trickle down to I don't have no birthright? And even if you was born on a military base, that doesn't count anymore either. Because he's deported some military-based children that they were of another nationality, but they were born on military bases.
And their parents served in the military.
Yeah, and he's deported them.
See, I think the problem with and see, the Supreme Court is just letting him do whatever they want, whatever he wants to do, which is a sad state of affairs. But, you know, I think that as black folks, we need to really take heed to that, because we don't know how that applies to us as birthright citizens. Like, he's picking and choosing the illegal people he want to get rid of, and they're all black and brown folks. I mean, there's plenty of illegal white folks in this country, plenty of them,
his wife included,
and they are still not affected. They're not affected at all. So you gotta realize, I don't know why people keep saying, even black folks are with it, keep saying that he is a racist. He doesn't want us here. I don't know what else he has to do besides erase our history and get rid of the history books and get rid of us in general that we have to do.
I heard that he got rid of Martin Luther King Jr.'s paint or something in the White House. Right?
He got rid of anything that was black in the White House. He's gotten rid of Kennedy. What's her name? The John F. Kennedy's wife, she had a garden in the back that everybody kept up. Every presidency
He
came,
put concrete over.
They were planting new flowers. He put concrete over it. Now that's been there since she's been there, and every president, new time. Jacqueline
Kennedy
Onassis. Yeah, that's it. Every new wife, first lady would come in and plant a new flower, and they would just kept it going. He throwing concrete over it.
So his wife don't know how to plant.
His wife don't know how to do nothing but bust it wide open.
But you know, Rosie O'Donnell said the best. I think she had the best comment because he said he's gonna revoke her citizenship.
Yeah.
Because she live in Ireland now. She said.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She said the best thing. She said, he is a soulless, miserable man, and I am everything that he wants to be. I'm happy. I'm queer. Something else she said, but she said the fact that he is so soulless and so miserable and everybody supports us is a sad thing in America, and that's why I live in Ireland.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
So he's just
so he's on, and like, so just like the last bill that they passed, whatever that bill was, I can't even think of it, but it wasn't supposed to pass. All the Senate, Congress, House Representatives, pick one, whoever name you want to use and know of, they all said, the Republicans said they weren't going to vote for it because their people, their constituents didn't want it. They passed it. All of them passed it.
But we got to realize that politicians are not out to help us. They can put out, they can invoke us as Americans. The American people want this. The American people want this to happen. But they are not there for us. I don't know what we have to do to get people to understand that those people don't want to help you. They don't care nothing about you. All they care about is making their pockets fatter and making sure that their future and their children's future are better.
And vote in the mid-election and actually start paying attention. Like, a lot of people don't realize the midterm elections, when we vote locally, is what really matters. The local votes is what matters. I know we got these bullshit ass up in DC, but what happens in your community, in your county, in your state, that's what really affects you, and that's what really make or break you. And a lot of times people skip those elections and only vote for the presidency, but those elections count way more than anything else.
I read a book recently called The Devil We Know. I was telling Miss Mix-a-Lot about that off air, and they was in the book. It was saying that, you know, we had more political power as Black folks in the South before the Great Migration happened between 1916 and 1970. He was saying that we had Black senators, we had Black congressmen at that time, but when we started migrating north and Midwest for better opportunities, for one, and to get away from lynching, because between 1887 and 1956 or something like that, there were over 1,000 Black folks lynched. So he was saying that to get away from that problem, we migrated north,
right?
And that what really broke up our political power. And he was saying that we need to move back to the South. He was saying a lot of us need to re-migrate back to the South because the concentrating of Black folks within the South will give us more political power. And the problem that we will have is that people will vote for you. You may have a few people feel like your view is their view, but when you have more political power as Black folks, the stuff that you want will happen because
right.
The political power within what you have, it will resonate. If we're all spread out and we all doing this, we all might want the same things, but if we're only 1% of the population in this, like Vermont, he used Vermont as an example. He said Vermont is 98% white, but they are progressive and liberal because of the fact that the hippies moved there in the 70s and decided to take it over and make it a state where they can live and do the things that they want. They can be more progressive.
That's the Northeast and then California.
You're right.
So it's like the Northeast, California, and maybe a few in the Midwest. But yeah.
Yeah, but that's how they took over. They decided we're gonna take over this state. We're gonna get political power within this state, and that's what they did. That's what he's saying that Black folks need to do for the South. If we all move back to the South.
I don't even think if we all move back, if we just fucking unite with each other,
it's not gonna.
I understand what you're saying, but you know, you got a lot of people that's been there for years and grew up there and don't want to leave their grandmama and all that and whatever. Mm-hmm. But the people that you do have in the South, like can we just come together? Like, can we just unite? Because I hear some other black people talk and they sound like the Republicans. And I was like, how did you get like this? And I understand it was like, you know, black people used to be Republicans. I understand black people used to be Republicans. I get that. But that's not what this is no more. Like, their thought process and their views are to hurt us, not to help us.
Well, people don't realize that the political party switched back in 19.
It was after the Oklahoma fire, right?
It was during the time when the civil rights legislation passed. The party switched, and a lot of Republicans say no, it never switched. Yeah, it did switch. Because why? I'm just gonna throw this out there. If the parties never switched, Republican and Democrat never switched. I get Democrats was for Jim Crow and all that. Yes, I understand that. I read. I'm a very prolific reader. I understand this. But if the parties didn't switch, I'm just gonna throw something plain and simple out there. Why do white supremacists support the Republican Party so much?
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say. Whereas the Klan supported the Democratic Party back in the day, let's go back to there. We can go back to there. Why do they support the Republican Party so much now?
And then we came over here.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, the Republicans now, their thought process and their views are so racist, are so Ku Klanish, and they be trying to make it seem like it's about the dollar, but it ain't about the dollar. It's about how they can tear down people and make everybody look smaller than them.
Right.
And if they really think about it, just like when they started deporting all these people, my first question was, who gonna work in their farms? Who gonna babysit their kids? Who gonna clean their house? Who gonna clean their hotels? Who gonna be on these golf courses that they own? Like, y'all not hurting us. Y'all hurting yourselves, because y'all the one that hired all these underprivileged people and pay them pennies on a fucking dollar because you don't want to pay an American
Let me tell y'all
$1 to $1.
What y'all haven't thought about is, what y'all have not thought about. The program has already been put in place. The reason why he wants all these companies to get rid of DEI is so they can get rid of us. So what's going to happen is they're going to start getting rid of black folks in droves, and then we're going to have to work somewhere. We're going to choose to work those jobs. So this is we don't look at
all companies didn't have DEI.
It does not matter. It does not matter. That is not the case. That is not the problem. All companies did not have DEI. But once you get a trajectory and on that plane of we don't need to hire black folks as much as we needed to before.
But that ain't what DEI was for.
It was not for that.
We didn't benefit from DEI.
We didn't. But now that it has switched to the point of where they don't want it at all, now they don't even have to use it they don't have to do anything to hire us. That's what I get what you're saying about this, but they just put that in front of you as a placard.
My company been Republican. My company been fucking racist. Okay. My company,
they gonna get rid of you soon.
They never.
They gonna get rid of all y'all as quickly as they can.
They never use DEI as a hiring thing. Like, I didn't even know we had fucking DEI.
It's not a hiring thing. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm understanding you.
Yeah.
They're using it as a front to do other things. You get what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
They're using it as a reason to get rid of other things. You see, you're thinking it as a hiring thing. They're using it as a cover to get rid of you.
Not affirmative action or anything like that. They're using it as really as the opposition. Like, the way we see it and the way that we know we don't benefit from it like that. That's because we know what's going on. But what Lab is saying is they'll use that particular face to start doing things to destroy. Clean. Yeah, to start to destroy other things.
We gotta realize it doesn't have to be for this purpose. They can change it for this purpose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, it definitely made sense. I know that the face of DEI was mostly white women.
Right, but the people who benefited was white women, but the face of it was always us. You got to remember that. The face of it was always us. I just said the quickest way to get rid of something is tell them black folks are benefiting from it. They not going to put Becky with the blonde hair and blue eyes in front of the camera and say, this who benefited from DEI. They going to put Raheem, the black guy with dreads, in front of it and say, he is getting DEI. He ain't graduated from high school yet.
I guess it just depends on where you work, because none of the companies that I ever worked for had us as the face of fucking DEI.
See, and none of the companies I worked for had us as the face either.
Yeah.
But to look at it from the standpoint where we are now, I can see
what
that.
you're saying.
Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. But yeah, just so happened the companies that
I work for.
Yeah, they just didn't use it like that. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even know a lot about DEI until it became
an issue. Right.
So
and
it
only
was
became an issue during 2020. So that's when I found out. That's when I felt like companies got DEI. It was to try to keep the employees that they had because of the high racial tensions that were abroad.
And that's true, but we got to realize if they got that, they'll get other things that do benefit us, and eventually they're gonna gut it enough. And he has 4 years to do it. Don't think it's gonna happen. He could quiet it down for the next 6 months, and then next year pop up with something new.
And in order for this to stop, and I think in order for people to get a hold of it, my mama has said it best. Even though I don't want it to happen, the stock market need to crash. It need to crash out because at that point, that's when
people are kind of
because
it'll never happen.
That's because that's affecting them.
You know why it'll never happen? He just gave them a benefit by reducing their taxes. Let me tell you something. The guy is doing things. Okay, he says if the stock market crash, things are gonna get crazy. Okay, well let's give them corporations and billionaires tax breaks so they won't crash. They can use that money for when the market dips. They can put that in the coffers and make sure their company is stable. We gotta realize these little things are not just for this one particular thing. We're talking about 2, 3, 4 years down the line that this game is being played. Right. And while we're sitting here worried about, well, it wasn't never for us, it don't have to be for us. They can change the narrative of what it was for just as quickly as they can change the narrative of what it's not for. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, think about it. At one point, they changed the narrative so good about black guys being pilots because they're DEI hires, and they got to go through the same training as everyone else.
That was a thing too.
That was a thing.
See, the thing about it was, if you're anything like me, like affirmative action and stuff like that, that was other things that I paid attention to. Getting jobs and stuff like that. That's just
and affirmative action been gone.
That's what I'm saying. So when that was dissolved, the other things that happened, what I had to realize is they ain't gonna too much include black people anyway. So that's why we're looked at as being strong and resilient and things like that. And I always tell people, like, black people really make poverty look good. And that's why.
But we're not the highest in the poverty chain.
And I understand that, but the way that we deal with it is totally different than any other nationality that deals with it. Like, we done learn, like, it's certain things that we learn, not just from our parents, but from just experience alone and just making it. Thriving, making it through whatever come your way type thing.
Right.
So when you're resilient like that, a lot of times, regardless of what them people throw in as the monkey wrench in or, whatever, it ain't gonna matter.
Yeah, we are resilient. That's the whole problem. We are very resilient people, but at the same time, we got to adjust for what's coming so our resilience can shine through. That's the problem. I don't think a lot of us are adjusting because we don't think it can happen.
Let me tell you why.
I think we need to go back and growing our own shit. And I think a lot of us finna be fucking vegetarians because we can't afford to buy a cow or a pig or some shit like we did back in the day.
As a collective.
We can as a collective, but everybody didn't grow up that way. Like, I grew up with my grandparents having chickens, and my daddy, even up until my father died, he had chickens. He was raising his own chickens and his turkeys. And I think that's kind of now, I think that's what we actually need to go back to. We need to go back to, because I've been trying to figure out how I can get a garden in my damn house without my dogs and the rabbits eating my shit up.
You got to get rid of the dogs and your rabbits.
I don't have rabbits. I'm not getting rid of my dogs. But
you gotta get rid of your dog. How many dogs you got?
I got 2.
Yeah,
you
need
build
one.
the area for them.
Yeah.
No, so I've been trying to figure out. I've been really contemplating, like, by this time next year, I'm gonna have
your yard fenced in.
Yeah, my yard is.
Okay, put a dog house out there.
My dogs be like Snoopy. They gonna be laying on top of that shit. But
okay, they outside though, away from your garden. That's what I'm trying to get you understand. But I was trying to do it.
Like, I got places on the side of my house, so I'm trying to figure out if I want to do it in the front, on the side. Because, you got to make sure the water is good, the sunlight is good. So I've been trying to figure it out. And I got red dirt. But I'm just trying to figure out where I could do it. One of my neighbors, he growing it on the side of his house. He grew some squash something.
You know, you have to turn that dirt. That red dirt don't matter. You got to turn it till you get to the black dirt.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to turn it and turn it and
With
turn it
a
and turn
twiller.
it. Yeah.
With one of those twillers.
Just turn it. Turn it.
Yeah. So I'll go buy some black dirt and put it on top of it.
No, you gotta be self-resilient. You gotta.
Be
We try to get out the matrix. We try to get out. The one of the things people say, you want to pay for comfortability. You can't be comfortable and still be a part and be off the grid. You got to be uncomfortable and off the grid. You can't go buy dirt.
The thing. The thing about it is though.
Slick said he playing a long game. Yes, he is.
One thing about it, when it comes down to us, and our food and the things that we're ingesting, one thing that I do know, a lot of black people are turning to doing their own garden, doing, just kind of growing their own food and things like that. And I see a lot of people in Douglasville. Honestly, if you look at the women in Douglasville, you'll see a lot of them with their raising their own chickens, and they're actually giving away eggs, and like they're doing the things that actually constitutes unity. That actually contributes to unity. They even if they sell the eggs, it's at a fraction of what you'll pay in the grocery store.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
I haven't went across that with the eggs because everybody that wanted to sell me some eggs, they wanted to hit me over the head. And
I seen nothing over $7 for like 21. I've seen nothing over like $7.
Oh,
and
I
if
don't
you
eat
do,
eggs, so I don't give a damn. But the ones I were buying, I was trying to buy fresh eggs, like you were saying. But my family, they bougie and they won't eat the half hatched egg because sometimes they will have chickens in them or half hatched egg type shit. But
no, that's because that's not what they're used to. But no, I've
purchased hatch egg chickens either. I'm bougie too. I want my.
Is that really bougie though?
I want yolked eggs, not chicken eggs. Sorry, I know that they come from chicken, but I don't want.
Some of them have blood still in them too. The fresh eggs, some of them still have blood.
Yeah, I haven't ran into that, thank God. But I will tell y'all this: with everything that's going on, we are seeing a decline and mental health again. Like at one time people were kind of thriving, they was being able to go back to the therapist and being able to do certain things, and just over the past couple of weeks we've actually been seeing women that's blacking out and doing the unthinkable. My thing is, when it comes to mental illness, and I know a lot of people may not agree, but I guess it depends on what the mental illness is. You don't get a pass for being violent with me. I don't care what you got going on.
Right.
And the main reason is because, I know certain things affect people in certain ways, but that violent type of mentality, I really feel like it was there beforehand. It was, you know what I'm saying?
And
it was
that
there.
mental illness tweaked it.
Yeah, so last week, a few days ago, we saw one young lady working at McDonald's got upset because her manager was cutting her hours. And she went and she actually stabbed the lady to death. This lady, she's sick. She has 6 kids, a single mother of 6 children. Her husband or boyfriend or baby daddy, whoever, is incarcerated. And to see those kids cry out on television, not television because they weren't on my TV. I think they was on my phone. But to just cry out the way that they were.
So who had the 6 kids? The girl that
the manager.
The manager.
So the manager had been with McDonald's for 13 years.
Okay.
One of the young ladies that she decided to hire, or they decided to hire, she was saying that the lady was bullying her. We all know, working in corporate America, we're not the ones to make a decision on most of the time on sending you home. If they see that the hours are not calculating with how many people are there. She had only been working for McDonald's for a couple of months, from my understanding. So you'll be the first one to go home. If everybody else in there trumps your time or what you're actually doing. Of course, the cooks, they ain't the first ones to go home because we need y'all right now. We need y'all to be able to cook. But it's a certain thing as work to employee ratio. So you automatically thinking that this lady is the one that's sending you home.
So I get that. I get that concept, but it's also sometimes people do mishandle people because they do be in a type of authority situation.
Well, they need to go home. I don't know. I don't condone violence to anyone.
I don't condone the violence, but I could say that sometimes I don't know the situation. I haven't seen it. I haven't read it. But I'm just saying in totality, I have seen and heard upper management mistreating people and or bullying them because they have the authority and think they're holding your job over your head.
But do you think they deserve to die?
No, I said I don't condone violence. So that's what I said. I said I don't condone the violence. But what I was saying was, you were saying that, you know, it comes from upper leadership.
A lot of time it do.
And it does. But sometimes the lady could have been bullying her.
And I'm not saying she wasn't.
But sometimes
what I'm saying is if you have a job and you feel like your manager,
you never know what's gonna crash a person out.
I understand that's bigger than the person who you feel like is bullying that person. Let me tell you why. If I get a job and I see where the hours are not calculating into my expenses and what I need to do, I feel like this lady bullying me. I'm gonna tell somebody, or I'm just gonna get the hell away from that job. Or like in my mind ain't gonna tell me to go and unalive the person that's sending me home.
It's gonna take me time to go.
So my whole point is this right here. If that lady was bullying her, she wouldn't have been the first. And if that's their first time actually saying that this is happening, just being honest with you, if somebody been with a company for 13 years and ain't had no mishaps,
so that's not necessary. I know what I see, and I see it on a day-to-day basis.
I have too.
And I tell people all the time, you have to be careful on how you talk to people because you don't never know what people are dealing with internally and mentally.
That's
and
true.
everybody's going through something.
But it's not the same. Some people can't handle some shit, and sometimes whatever you say to them can crash them out, and that could be what it caused. Like, and I don't condone violence, but I've seen it, and I've also been to it because you never know. I've been at work and I had people coming at me, and before I knew it, I was trying to drag their ass down a goddamn belt.
That's totally different.
And I don't.
That's totally different than unaliving somebody.
But I don't know if I could have hurt them, and they could have been unalive.
But to stab somebody, you know what you're doing. To beat somebody up, you don't know what the outcome will be.
Slick said she went to the car to get the knife and came back in.
Premeditated.
It was premeditated.
Around that lady's family.
Premeditated. That's my whole point in saying.
Yeah.
But
this was something deeper than that. My whole thing is this right here. Nobody wakes up, go to work, and expect to not come home to their children or their families. And for somebody to take it upon themselves and put out a narrative, oh, I was tired of her bullying me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying is, I'm speaking in the totality across the board, not just this situation or this incident. Again, I don't condone violence, but people have to be careful on how you deal with other people. Just because Lab can deal with a motherfucker talking shit to them, even though he's going through this, don't mean Donna can go through it, even though she's dealing with it. So at the end of the day, yes, people unaliving them is incorrect and wrong.
We're not going to walk on eggshells. First of all, if you're a kind person, be that person.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only thing I'm saying. Treat people how you want to be treated, or treat people how you want the people you love to be treated. I get all of that. That's just something that I've always lived by. Mm-hmm. Regardless of what my title is, regardless of what's going on, that's just something that I've always lived by. But to be a manager and not be able to manage because you got the word, you can't satisfy everybody. It's damn near impossible. So if you are being, if you're being kind,
everybody don't be kind.
And listen to what I'm saying. If everybody else got something good to say about you, but this person that took you out, just because they weren't being kind in a sense of what, everybody ain't telling the same lie. You understand what I'm saying?
And everybody ain't telling the fucking truth.
So if you got 10 people saying
them 10 people could be lying just because she was unalive.
No. What do you have to lose from lying?
As a previous manager of a big squad of people, I could be an asshole. because I want things done a certain way.
But that's not being an asshole, though. That's you wanting something done.
And I wanted it done the right way. And some people, but there was nothing that I could ask my crew that they would do, because for one, I would do it myself.
Right.
And for two, when they needed to be off, when they needed something done, or when they needed something, I took care of it. I didn't necessarily treat them bad just to treat them bad. I don't even feel like I treated them bad, but I stood on business when it's time to get something done. And I let them know that I wanted it done.
And that's a difference, because I'm telling you, I see it with these managers.
But hold on, in your scenario, Dollar could see it as, oh, that's just him wanting the stuff done. You could see it as, oh, he bullying us. You get what I'm saying? So there's a narrative there. You just said people could take things differently. Dollar could say, oh, that's just business. He just trying to get us to put us in shape. Whereas you could say, no, Donna, he is bullying us. He say this all the time, and the way he said, I don't like it. Right. So let me go to the car and do what I need to do. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I see the difference. I'm just speaking on what I've seen managers do. Right. And I've seen how managers,
as a manager, how I've done it.
Man,
I've seen how managers talk to people. And I seen how they treat people.
If you don't like it, get the hell on. That's what I'm saying. Why would you jeopardize your freedom?
Your freedom.
But sometimes people,
why would you jeopardize that?
Sometimes people
with
can't
somebody that you feel like
until they can find something else. They can't leave, because again they got bills to pay.
Well, get what? She ain't got to care in the world, now do she?
If she was that worried about her, why she go around her family? Why she was in her family?
As y'all keep bringing it back to her, I'm taking it as in general. I can't speak on that situation. I haven't seen it. I haven't read about it. I don't know. And
I get what you say, but I understand what you're saying. But at the same time, we have to be adults in this situation and realize that if there's something you don't like at a job, you could come in and they could have all your papers scrawled on the floor and your computer knocked down. You're not going to go to your car and say, you know what? Who did? And just try to figure out who did and do something to them. You're going to be like, I ain't finna put up with this. I'm out of here.
McDonald's on every corner.
McDonald's is everywhere, and they hire all the time.
So my point in even bringing this up is going back to people dealing with their mental illness the way it needs to be handled, right? So as we already know, most of us we got all struggle from PTSD at this point, just from life, period, right? Just from things happening, period. So my whole thing is to see these women crash out is just something different. So we also had another young lady that happened yesterday in Texas, where she unalived her, I guess, baby daddy, and then unalived herself. Like, we're seeing more women crashing out now in situations that most times we've seen men. So I don't know if it's just happening and people are just bringing
women it to the usually more resilient and more mature when it comes to certain things.
Saying they usually can more self-control.
Most definitely.
But to see these situations now unfolding, women are actually at the forefront of them. It's something like I don't know. We got to. I don't know.
I'm gonna say one. I don't think people are holding people accountable anymore. You got all of your fan clubs talking about, yeah, girl, yeah, girl, yeah, girl. Instead of, you got a motherfucker, girl, go sit your ass down somewhere. Go think about what you talking about. Like, that ain't that damn serious. Like, you don't have that people around them anymore that's supporting them and being honest with them and telling them the right and the wrong thing. And then you got, I hate to say it, but you got social media that glamorizes violence, so that's a whole nother issue. And then these people now.
You think social media glamorizes
violence? Yes.
Violence?
Yes.
Now I think that because of social media, we're desensitized to certain things, but I don't see them glamorizing. Yes. I'm glad my timeline don't look like that.
Mine don't look like that either, but you can see certain things where when you post fight videos and stuff like that,
they get the highest views.
Yeah, they get. So I think that I agree. It glamorizes it. It shows it too much, but it does desensitize us to certain things when it comes to that. And a lot of times, we talked about this one time before. They think social media is real.
Yes.
So they don't realize it's not real life. This stuff that's going on sometimes is just not real life, and you gotta disseminate between the two, real life and like. You see on social media that they're fighting, but you don't see the end result of them going to jail for life.
Right.
So you get what I'm saying? So it's like cartoons.
And it's like how back in the day, when you remember when the shooting games were real and then everybody thought they was going out playing Grand Theft Auto for real.
Right.
It's kind of like that. And then what my final point was, everybody grew up, these younger generations, they grew up on a participation award. They didn't grow up knowing that you was first place, second place, or third place. Everybody got a damn trophy. If you showed up and you participated, you got a trophy. You get a trophy. You get a trophy. And I think that did something with them because they don't realize.
I don't agree with you on that one.
I definitely don't. Let me tell you why.
Motherfuckers get a trophy on everything now.
I agree.
Let me tell you why.
Let me get what Slick said. Even if I am bullying you, walk away. Why you go to the car to get a weapon and come back with a weapon? But I don't agree with that. I think the participation award was more to keep you from crashing out, especially when it comes to.
But that's my
little
point.
Children.
You should know the word no. You are not that good at this shit. Go try the fuck again.
I get what you're saying.
I see what you're saying to a certain extent. And the only reason why I don't agree with that is because I do feel like children should earn certain things. But what happens to the child that is determined, even if they're not good, they're showing up, they're present, they're participating. You understand what I'm saying? And even if they're not as good as the other children, they do deserve some recognition.
So what was that? It used to be an award for that. Like, what was it?
Participation award.
No, it was something else. They was the most improved or showed the most effort or something. Everybody on the fucking team should not get an award. Everybody in the classroom, when you at the end of the year, should not get an award. That teaches these people the work. No, because then they grow up and think when they go and do work, just because I'm doing something, you doing something, I'm supposed to get recognized and you supposed to get recognized. That's not how real life is. Go sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up and do better next year.
I can't agree with that.
I think up to a certain age, when you get to a certain age, then it's time to let you know how the real world works.
When you start high school,
when you start high school, it's time to.
That's where the transition starts.
Clip them wings.
And then you crash out in high school because you thought you was gonna get a participation award, and guess the fuck what? They still get the participation award in high school.
They didn't want kids to feel left out. The left
fuck
out
them kids
was saying out to those that got awards. So.
I don't know. I look at it different. I don't think everybody should get an award. I think they need to learn how shit is for real. Because if you started in kindergarten, you're going to do it in the 6th grade and you're going to do it in the 12th grade. No,
you don't do it in high school.
They do. That's what I'm saying.
What high school 12th grade do you know got a participation award?
I ain't gonna call them out, but my kids all 3 of my kids play sports all the way through high school.
We ain't talking about sports. We talking about academics.
Oh, academically. They all got an award. They may not got you had the perfect A award, but guess what? You had the best smile award. You had the best eye award.
In high school? What high school was this? Because I don't remember none of that shit going on when my kids was in high school. And my kids is about 35, 34,
the shit
32.
Has changed.
I'm just saying, like, when my kids were in high school, it wasn't you had the best eyelids.
Because, again, they don't want nobody to feel left out.
Slick say, so it gives entitlement.
Yes.
Let me say something. It depends. It depends on the child. I can honestly say, for the most part, I feel like if a person shows up and you know that they're putting forth their best effort, just being honest with you, regardless of how good they are, they still getting a lesson out of showing up. And if you look at the life now,
consistency.
If you look at things now in life and in being a manager and seeing your people working, being there, just being showing up is a big motherfucking deal right now. Cause motherfuckers ain't showing up. You understand what I'm saying?
And I'm not giving them an award for showing the fuck up. You get a paycheck.
If you have somebody
you do gotta say, hey, I appreciate you.
And you have somebody that is that and you are part of the problem with the morale in a lot of these places that people work in.
Yeah.
My morale is good. Like
I'm telling you, like, that's just crazy. Just because I don't do it as good as you want me to or feel like I should do it, but you see that I'm doing it. You don't have to do it. I ain't asking you to applaud a fish for goddamn swimming, but at the same time, You need to let them folks know that they're damn appreciate it.
I agree because I
say
tell my folks all the time when I was a manager, I'd be like, hey, I appreciate you.
I tell them thank you every day when I leave. I tell them good morning. I hope you having a good day. You need something from me, and we keep it pushing. I tell them thank you every day. And then I tell them the next day, just what we did yesterday wasn't gonna work, but I appreciate you for trying yesterday. But we're gonna attempt some shit different today. But I guess what? I'm not giving them a participation award. If I submit this person up to be recognized and announced in our corporate newspaper, I'm not doing every fucking body.
See, that's where you are confusing the crossing the lines with marring the situation, because you technically did give them a participation award when you say, oh, I appreciate you, thank you for showing up, working hard. That's participation. People work harder when you praise them. They don't work harder when you give them a piece of paper, because a lot of times they don't care about the paper. They want to know from you as the manager how you feel about their work.
And you'll be surprised how many people don't even have a place to put the goddamn paper.
Right.
So back to what you're saying is,
I guess I'm dealing with what I deal with now. People want the award. So if you got recognized in the newsletter this month, or if you got put on the wall this month, they feel like they need to get put on the wall. Just because I told you I appreciate you and thank you for coming to work, don't mean you need to get on the fucking wall. So I'm looking at it as the awards, the participation.
Yeah, we ain't talking about that. We talking about the overall experience of a manager and an employee. And if your overall experience of a manager and employee is all negative, I bet you 9 times out of 10, as soon as that person finds another job, they not going to tell you and they going to find something else. A lot of people will do a lot more for you if they feel that you appreciate it. Not with a physical paper or an award, but just by your actions and your conversation with them. I just told you, I was probably an asshole when I was a manager, but I always told my folks, man, I appreciate you doing that for me. I appreciate you taking care of this. I appreciate that. You know, what you need someday, when they call me and say, I need to be off day, my baby's sick. No, don't worry about that. Take the day off. I always worked it out.
There's 2 different things.
But that's still praise. That's still praise. That's still technically an award, because I'm awarding them with my conversation and my praise for their actions. They're still an award.
It is, but you got to think of, like, my company, we actually give awards.
I could have gave awards too, but that wasn't something that my people were requiring. They were requiring to know how I felt about their work.
And that's what I'm saying. In my line of work, we give awards. And when we do give awards, they think if they work beside you, they feel like because you got the award, we're doing the same job title. We got the same job title, then I should get the award too. So that's what
you too corporate. You too corporate. You too marred in corporate.
Exactly. Let me explain something to you. Telling people what it takes to get the award is another way that you boost the morale in the company. If you hire somebody, they don't know nothing about this system that y'all got going on. Only thing they know is the following month they see somebody get employee of the month. They're like, dang, well, how you get that? So your job as a manager is to put up signs or let people know what it takes to get to this award, what it takes to get to that award. Just because you don't see the goodness in a person and seeing that they deserve that award, if they don't know how to achieve it, what the fuck? How do you expect for them to get it?
Well, they know how to achieve it at my place of employment.
How? Have you ever told them?
They know how to achieve it.
How? Have you ever told them?
I'm just saying, they know how to.
But that's what I'm saying. That's your mentality is what fucks with the morale at the job. You can't expect for nobody to get hired and automatically know how to win employee of the goddamn month.
In the last 3 years,
that's crazy.
Fucking morale.
Thank you. You wouldn't know.
Damn, how you get that award?
Exactly. So why not boost the morale? And you don't even have to tell them directly. You can post it around.
You could be like, well, you know, that's how you separate the good from the bad. You be like, you ain't get that award this time because your ass
ain't
such and such.
Now, you ain't never got to explain it. Let me tell you why, because you end up damn dead like that lady.
Right.
Let me tell you what you do. You motivate people by putting up the signs, letting them know what is entailed in getting that position. You might. Let me tell you something. What I have figured out with a lot of these jobs. The person winning those awards, they didn't get them for what they do. They got them for somebody's personal feelings. That's some bullshit. If you know you've been mean to a person, right? you've been mean to a person. You really been slick, being mean on purpose to this person. And this person ain't never did that to you. But you finna leave, right? You finna retire.
Mm-hmm.
You give that person the award for dealing with your bullshit. I done seen it too many times before. You know you finna switch positions, or you know you finna get up out of the company. You get a person that you've been mean to the award because they've endured your bullshit for the past 30 days. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't, everybody ain't gonna pick and choose those positions like you might do it. But most of the time, they be on people's personal feelings. I'm an employee. Well, I don't give a fuck about your personal. I'm gonna come to work. I'm gonna do what I got to do. I don't care if I don't never get an accolade.
Right.
Cause that ain't what I'm here for.
I'm with you on that. Like
I get I'm not here for that.
But I don't seek them out.
No, like I'm not here for that. Most times, if I get awarded, I mean, cool, but I don't need that. That ain't gonna make me show up tomorrow and do a better job.
One thing turned me off to awards and all that stuff to let me know that the awards about bullshit is one time when I was getting a review and I know I've been doing an excellent job. I mean, these shopping centers look like money. Like, you could damn near eat off the roof. They look so good. Everything's in place. The tenants are happy. Everybody. And he said, "Oh, it no matter what you do on your evaluations every year, I'll never give you a 10. Because that way you don't have nothing to work towards." So that let me know right there. That's all a bunch of bullshit. So I'm not about to strain my back for something like that. I'm gonna do what I need to do, and I'll make sure I keep it at this level. But that right there let me know.
It let you know that's personal. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's personal.
Yeah, because when he told me that,
that's what happens with the morale of the job.
Now the whole time he telling me, "Oh, you doing a great job. You doing that."
Yeah.
You got awards. He gave me awards, like you say, and all that stuff. And I'm getting Employee of the Year and this. And then when it came to evaluation, I just knew I'm getting all 10s. He said, "Oh, no, I'll never give you all 10s. Never." I said, "What?" He said, "Never." Never.
And he's just like most people.
Yeah.
He's just like most people. Most people feel like, and my thing is, it is always room for improvement. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong on that.
Next year.
But what I'm saying is, it's always going to be room for improvement, but a lot of those accolades are given for people's personal reasons. I don't care about that.
You got to stop being so mean, KK.
I'm for real.
You know what I mean? I'm just speaking the fucking truth. I'm just telling y'all what happens in my
your
world.
job. Well, you need to change your world. You can be the change that makes things better within your management structure.
I don't know.
Like you said, people are dealing with mental issues every day. Me personally, I don't think that should turn you to violence, but I will tell you this. Deliberately doing some shit, that might be another reason why somebody's crash out.
Like you said earlier.
For real. Like,
well, anyway.
I've seen it.
You got, like... People,
we don't own none of these companies, so let's move on.
Like, the mental capacity of a lot of people now, like, it's literally going to stress. And a lot of times it's because people ain't even making it. People are making decent money on their jobs and still can't qualify to make it in life.
Right. Can barely pay their mortgage and can't get nothing extra, but they making all this money. They get something extra, their whole budget gone.
Yeah, like, they can't, like, it's crazy. Like, because your situation is what it is, please believe that shit could change in a blink of an eye.
Everybody's situation is everybody's job is expendable. The way I feel it.
And not even just jobs. I'm just talking about people in life, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be surprised when you hold a conversation with somebody. It could even be at the bar or some shit like that. Like, the amount of mental capacity that it's taking people to just deal with life, that's enough to try to make you move a little different.
I agree.
Like, honestly, that, like I said, that violent part, though, I feel like was there way before the mental illness started kicking in, and we have to be mindful of that. Just in the world, period. Not just at these jobs, but even from your day-to-day, routines. Like going into a corner store, and you don't know what that person behind the glass could have slept there.
Or the person behind you.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, just because you see them standing in front of you, or you don't never know who owns these stores for real. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that may not even be the owner. That's somebody working for him, and they didn't, you know, they don't anything. But being nice to them, like, dang, okay, it kind of renews people trust in humanity.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of decent people out here. Absolutely.
Like, hey, thank you, I appreciate you.
I always tell people I'm a kind person. Period. Right. It ain't because of nothing other than that. I'm gonna be kind. I'm be honest with you. I ain't all that nice because.
They say, KK, stop being mean at work.
But
be better, so people can be, so people around you will. Be better.
I wasn't never even talking about me in general.
You're just talking about the corporate structure of your company.
Yeah, I'm just talking about it in general. Okay, I've learned a lot of people bullshit just by saying good morning to people. I'm like, good morning, how you doing today? And then next thing I know, they went down a rabbit hole. I'm like, fuck, that is not what I wanted to hear today, but go ahead.
Yeah, you said that before.
Yeah, apparently you needed to get that off your chest. I don't learn so much shit about people just by saying good morning and smiling and just dealing with them. I'm like, y'all really needed to get that off, huh? Okay, so I was your sounding board today, and then the next day I'm gonna try to avoid the fuck out of you because I don't want to keep going down this depressing, draining era with you.
Right, I get it.
Sometimes people need it. I've never been the mean person. Like I almost snapped at a cashier today at Sam's, but I'm never off the rip mean to anybody.
Not off the rip. Now I've been. Yeah, I can get a little testy at the cash register when there's something going on. Like when you, like we all stand in line and you pick the white person all the way at the end to come to the front to check out. No, that's not gonna happen.
What? What happened?
Yeah, so they'll like when they open up a new register, they'll get the person all the way in the back instead of telling the next person.
No, they ain't open up a new register. We was all standing at that register waiting for this person to come back. And then they say, oh, you come up here and check out, like as if they was in line already. And I know for a fact that they weren't in line because I've been standing here the whole time you walked away. So now you're going to check me out and you're going to check this lady out behind me and then maybe you can get to them. Because me and her is black and we need to get checked out.
Yeah, I was trying to be cool today when I was in sales because it was a black guy. And I really try not to snap out on us when we in the registers. I really be trying to have
very important.
Extra patience. But baby, when I don't stood at this self-checkout for 10 minutes and all I see is you doing this, I was like, oh no. I said, you got the sense of urgency of a fucking snail. I said, can you go get the manager? Because this right here is about to get over. I'm about done. And then the manager came up and she was like, and I explained to her what was going on. She was like, why you not acknowledging her? She asked him, is she telling the truth? He said, yeah. She was like, why you didn't acknowledge her? He's like, because I thought I needed a key. She said, what key? You putting in your code in the computer. I was like, ma'am.
What Walmart was this?
I was at Sam's.
So what Sam's was this?
Out yonder by me.
Oh, well, the Sam's over here, every time I go in there, the lady was like, oh, Carmen just come find us. She was like, oh, I was in line. She's like, oh. And she's like, you want line with this all you got? I said, yeah. And I didn't even know that. She said, you can check out with your app. And she checked me out with the app, and I was out the door. Everybody else in line looking at me like I'm crazy. I was like,
it was when I used to live out here. The lady knew me and Mama. She was like, your mama didn't come in here with you today. I was like, no. And then she'll tell my mom, your daughter didn't come in. She will always be in self checkout. She was like the nicest lady. I was like, I come in here way too goddamn much for you to know us.
Let me say this before we leave because it's getting that time close to it. You know, in Chicago, all the gangs are trying to come together and unite and stop the violence, right? You know, they did that back in, a friend of mine told me about this recently, and I think I saw it on social media a couple of days ago. They had did this back in late 80s and early 90s, where the gangs had tried to stop the violence and work towards uniting and taking care of their neighborhoods a little bit better without so much violence and drug activity. Well, Chicago PD stopped that.
What?
They from what I understand and what I can remember about it back then, they unalived a couple of gang members and blamed it on the other gang, and that started the whole thing back up again. Right. And I believe that's what's going to happen again this time. We got to realize crime is big business.
It is.
And they get a lot of money from crime. They get a lot of money from the government to take care of crime. And, you know, Chicago, I'm from Chicago. Chicago has a very high murder rate, you know, have a very high unalive rate. So and a lot of that's contribute to gang activity. So if the gangs stop doing that and they start uniting and all that, you know, the gang members in Chicago outnumber the police, I think, 2-1. So if you start coming together under the united flag of one and trying to unite against one common enemy, that is terrible. That will be a terrible outcome for the police, because then you have the situation where they're gonna police their own neighborhoods. They don't need you in there. And that's and the way Chicago is built, it can happen because you have certain blocks that are divided by certain things, and you may have 4 blocks this way, 5 blocks that way, and then it cuts off at this crossroad, this big cross street. Then those other 4 blocks can take care of their neighborhoods. So I believe it's a good thing
because they actually have true neighborhoods up there.
They have real neighborhoods up there. I believe that is a good thing, but I believe that it's not gonna last long.
I don't think it's gonna last. I think they're gonna, like how you said, they're gonna do what they're gonna pit them against each other because, like you're saying, it doesn't benefit them in order to come together. Like it doesn't. Like the PD, like they need to be able to lock some people up,
right? And
if they don't stop shooting everybody,
they're gonna find a way now.
I believe they're gonna start it back up. They'll figure out a way to get it going back again.
They gonna do it and we've seen it time and time again where they do, because the police ain't nothing but a crooked gang anyway. So they are a gang that could get away with shit.
Yeah, and I think especially now with the gang activity in Chicago is so fractured. It used to be back in the day when I was growing up that a gang was under one umbrella, even though you may have different fractions, but that one umbrella controlled the activity of those smaller fractions. Now all the smaller fractions control their own activity, and there's really not one big umbrella that they're all under. So it may be a little bit harder because you have this block fighting that block, which is crazy to me because nobody owns the blocks.
And they repping the same colors.
Yeah, and they just different. They just got different fractions, but
how a gang gonna have the same color as the next gang?
It happens.
It happens. But
it happens.
What I was saying was not necessarily.
You got to know how big the gang culture is in Chicago. You see, Atlanta don't really have a gang culture, or they may have one now. But when I first moved down, it was no such thing as a gang culture down here. In Chicago, it's been there since the early '60s.
Like if they are a red gang, you have to know they may wear their red hats to the right, or they may only flip it to the back. That was identified. They may be blue. They may wear theirs to the left, or they'll wear theirs to the right. Like how they wore their hats, how they put their bandanas in their pocket, represented who they were, and it's based off of how you wore your hat, how you wore your bandana, how you tied your bandana. It was a lot of shit.
Yeah, that wouldn't have lasted in Atlanta, period. Like we know that we know people have come here and tried to congregate and get things going, but that shit would not work in Atlanta. Because what the fuck you mean I can't walk across the street with my hat like that? What are you talking about?
Right, but it wasn't an instilled thing that had Atlanta from the beginning. See, in Chicago, it was always there from the beginning.
That's what I'm saying. So people, but I'm gonna tell y'all what I am sick of though.
But no.
You don't think New York?
New York doesn't have a gang like that. California does, but I don't think New York has a gang issue like that because the boroughs are so spread out and so broken up. The blocks are so. I think it's different there. It may be.
Okay. I'm super sick of these people coming from Chicago opening up these restaurants here that taste like bullshit.
Well, hold on. What we not gonna do? I'm gonna turn your mic off. What they open up that you don't like?
Maxwell.
You don't like Maxwell Polish?
Why? I mean, first of all, let me just say this: I don't eat meat,
so that's why you don't like it.
No, these are reviews from people that I know.
Okay.
My children.
Okay.
I went by Maxwell's and I bought them food. And about an hour later, everybody was like,
But have they ate in Chicago to compare?
No. The whole point of the matter is them, Ricketts, all of those places are bullshit.
I think
they're not good. We're comparing them to what's here.
We have to have a person from Chicago go order your food from a Chicago restaurant. So, I bet you if I ordered the food from there, it would be a different situation.
Yeah, so like that's what I was asking. That's why I was asking that because like the food here is here. The food in Chicago is different. So you've had to have eaten in Chicago to have something.
No, this is what you're not understanding. I don't care how it tastes in Chicago. I care how it tastes here. So if you bring your house chicken waffle ass here,
it's gonna be different here.
I don't care about it being different. I need the shit to be good.
It's not gonna. Okay,
That's
I
what
get
I'm
it.
saying. I don't care about it being different from up there.
Uh-huh.
That's not the problem.
So
It need to be edible. That's what I'm talking about. Nobody wants to waste their money on food when they could have went somewhere else that was Atlanta-based and ate good. But you're trying to give
Not
people
all
a
Atlanta
shot.
places. All Atlanta places are good. Let's just
We
be
know
clear.
where to go for good food, okay?
Okay, well, I'm just saying. Well, stay y'all happy asses out of Chicago places because
That's the
you
whole
gotta be
point.
from Chicago to know
They
what
need
Chicago
to stop
food
bringing
to
it
order.
here.
but you have a lot of Chicago
Yeah.
people here.
Yeah, don't patronize those places.
They do.
Some of them do.
Bullshit.
Some of them do. Now, me, when I walk into a place that claims to be from Chicago and I see certain things, I know not to order there. There are certain things in Chicago that
That
you
you
know that's Chicago based. Like if I
Yeah.
go in there and see something on the menu that I know it's not from Chicago, like if they don't have pizza puffs on the menu, I'm not ordering there. If they don't have
Pizza puffs.
see
Or even like if they don't have like an Italian beef, like
or Italian beef combination with Italian sauce and Italian beef dip with peppers and onions,
like if they
I'm
don't
not
have the
ordering
dip,
there.
Like in order to get an Italian beef, you got to have the dip, and if you don't have the dip, what the fuck is this? Is not an Italian beef.
So what vegetarians eat in Chicago?
don't know.
A lot of them eat they fried cauliflower stuff. They eat. I'm not a vegetarian, so I can't really tell you.
And none of my family vegetarian, so I can't say.
But we do have French fries up there.
What I'm saying is,
Maybe
so
the
like,
pizza. I
Yeah,
don't know.
the pizza can be vegetarian.
like I only went to one place that said that they had Chicago style pizza, which was Nancy's.
Nah, that's not the same.
That's not the same.
You have to go to a place. See, this is the thing. We all gonna go on a trip to Chicago and go eat somewhere because the problem that we have here is they may say Nancy Chicago. I went to Nancy's here, and the pizza was not good.
It was
The
trash.
only one that was good was the very first one that opened, the one that was off of Ponce de Leon. That one was good. But then all of a sudden they changed the menu and changed how they cooked it, and then the next thing I know was a whole fucking franchise. And the one in Douglasville was horrible.
Yeah,
the
because
one
it
in
had
Camp Creek
sauce. It had sauce on top.
Well, it's stuffed. That's the one. That's one thing you need to understand. It's a stuffed pizza. The crust is stuffed.
Mm.
So again, that's why I say
See, I just need the food to be good. I honestly don't care where it come from.
See, like if I took you to Chicago and took you to like Home Run Inn Pizza, you'd be like, damn, this pizza is good. But you're going to be confused because like Slick say, why do they cut the pieces in squares? The pieces cut in squares make the pizza taste better. I just don't know how. Just go with it. Go with it. If the pizza was cut in triangles, it would taste terrible.
Yeah.
But them squares make it better.
like
Hey,
every
I'm just telling you what I know from being born and raised in Chicago.
But the home run, because they sell home run pizza in the stores. The home run pizza that they sell in the store is not like the home run pizza in Chicago.
That's how I know she's not from Chicago.
It's not.
You don't call it home run. You call it the home run in. You got to have that
Home-
in.
Fuck the end.
You got to have the in part on there. That's why I know she ain't from Chicago.
I'm
for
not
real.
from Chicago.
I know.
I've
Well,
never
stop
said-
talking about Chicago food if you ain't from
well,
Chicago.
her mama from Chicago.
I eat
But
Chicago
her
food.
mama from Chicago. Where her mama at? Let's have a conversation with her mama. She ain't from there. She know you gotta put the in. Just like you don't go. Just like you ain't from Chicago. You be like, oh yeah, you'll call it Sears Tower. We all call it Sears Tower from Chicago. It will forever be Sears Tower. Just like Georgia Baptist will ever be for Georgia Baptist. It's just the way it goes
Oh,
in
yeah.
Chicago.
I call it Sears Town. I call it Neighbor Pier, and I call it whatever the fuck it is. I don't think I need to add extra
The whole point of the matter is, I just don't want
That's how
them
we'll
to
know
keep-
you're not from Chicago.
I don't want them to
Chicago
keep coming
home
here
run.
disappointing me. I need some place where I could go and say, yeah, it's good. I don't even care if it is Chicago based. I just want it to be good.
Well, I had to take you somewhere. We're going to all go somewhere. I'm going to find somewhere where it say Chicago, and I'm going to order. Y'all just sit back, and I'm going to order it. And then once I look at the menu, I'm going to be like, yeah, this ain't where we need to be at. I can look at the menu and tell you if we need to be there or not.
She
There's
said-
certain things on the menu
But
that...
you know she don't eat hot dogs.
Yeah, no.
She don't eat hot
But
dogs.
I don't-
So they talking about some Donna. They put pickles and tomatoes on hot dogs.
I can,
And
I don't,
celery salt
I
and
don't
cucumbers.
I don't eat the hot dog itself, but I love a good hot dog. Like I love when they can fix it like the hot dog is there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not. I can eat that. I can
Okay,
eat
we
the
do that.
tomatoes and the onions. I can do that with just the bread and a little mayo.
Yeah.
You know, I can do that, but I can't even find nowhere that would do that.
And then if they don't have, and I know y'all finna say it, but they're not Vienna sausage, but they don't have Vienna hot dogs. It's not the same. There's a difference in the taste. Like I could go.
Or hot links. They don't have a hot links down here.
And they said, "Oh, I said, what kind of hot dogs you got?" And they'd be like, "Oh, I just got Oscar Mayer." Like, "Nah, we can't eat here."
They don't even toast the buns. Like I need that's what I'm saying.
But you can ask for it to be toasted.
But I just need
It's
that.
not
I don't want to
automatic.
have to remember to ask for that.
It's not automatic. It's just not automatic.
I've learned. I asked for a hot dog, a pork hot dog with no bun. I just asked for everything with no fucking bread. I've learned. So if I want it, I gotta ask for it.
I would do that isn't. I don't want to have to ask for it.
Dang, Shan, I'm sorry. I didn't see your comments on Facebook. I don't know what happened.
What happened?
She was commenting on Facebook saying appreciation goes a long way. Shan was. I didn't see him. I just not saw him. It said something went wrong in the comment section. I just fixed it, and your comments popped up. Charge it to Facebook, not to my heart.
Yeah,
anyway.
appreciation does it goes a lot further than people actually realize. And just being honest with you, man, when you have young adults, because I've always wanted to be who I needed at the age of a lot of these people who actually need extra guidance right now. And when you're raising young adults, man, and you just kind of see how things work for them at these jobs, a lot of people don't understand the assignment. If God put you in a place to be over these struggling young adults, because they're coming into a world that honestly we didn't have to come into. Like what they struggling with, we didn't have to face that until we were older.
Much older.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand when God give you an assignment, please understand it. Please know that especially if you have children or nieces and nephews, you're going to have somebody who may deal with the same issues that these people are dealing with, and you know how you want them to be handled.
Oh, we talking about nieces and nephews.
So
my nephew got married last week.
Gabriel?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, go Gab, go Gabe, go Gabe. Where he at now?
Shit, I don't even fucking know no more.
He in the military?
Yeah, he in the military. I don't even know where he's stationed at, but he had sent us the link so we could try to watch the ceremony. We didn't get the link wasn't linking. So, but he called us on WestSide, so we got to meet his new bride. So congratulations.
That's what's up. So Bobo got a chance to see him too? Yeah, no. Okay. So yeah, congratulations. Man, so yesterday was the 11th of July. And I always say God knows how to put things in place and perspective
was
for
the 12th,
you.
wasn't it?
Yesterday was Saturday. So maybe the 11th was Friday. So it made 6 years that our mom has been deceased. And I was talking to somebody on Facebook, and she was like, y'all really deal with things really, really well. And I said, why did you think that? First of all, I don't know this person.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I don't think I know him. I don't know, because shit, folk be coming at me in all different kind of ways. But what I was explaining to her was, and when it comes to death, you have to have a different kind of perspective on a lot of things, especially when you know you did all that you could for the person that is now deceased, right? So I was explaining to her, I said, in a week, I have a grandson turning 1. So what was meant to deter us in July is actually coming to a full-blown celebration. And Adonis's baby is due this month as well. It ain't by coincidence that these babies are born in July. It's just not. So she was like, okay. So that's what made me actually put up the post yesterday. I try to run all of my platforms different. So the post that I put up yesterday with me and Sonny Boy had been on TikTok for the longest. And I decided to share it on Facebook. And I got so many people that made the correlation too. Dang, your grandbaby about to be 1, and it's been this many years for your mama, and da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah. I said, it's not coincidental that things worked out like that. That's why when people question certain things, it's like you shouldn't.
Right.
It's bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes God have to redirect your thoughts in the way that you feel about certain things, because the memory's gonna always be there.
Most definitely.
They're gonna always, trump whatever's going on right then. But when your attention can be pointed towards something else, that's this is more positive and more of an outlet, man. You have to let that do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like Daddy's anniversary was July 1st, so it was 18 years July 1st. So I went and spent it with my youngest uncle. I don't know if I said that right. Well, the youngest uncle in the family, I went and spent 4th of July.
You gotta pull that mic to you because I can't.
Somebody told me I was yelling earlier, so shit.
You was yelling, but now you're not yelling now.
Oh,
you're not as passionate about this conversation as the other one.
I went and spent 4th of July with him and his wife. We grilled and we had a good time, and so I've been trying to get us back to having our family reunions annually. So I told my uncle, I was like, I want to start back celebrating the 4th of July, because 4th of July used to be a big event on my daddy's side of the family. But my great-grandmama died, my grandmama died, my daddy died. A lot of the patriarchs of the family left. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I want us to get back to what we used to do. So he was like, you want to run it? He was like, I'll run it. He was like, we have it on the property and everything. So next year, 4th of July, I'm running. I know everybody's not going to come, but hopefully once everybody see how much of a time and how it used to be when we was growing up and we was all kids, mm-hmm. because a lot of our kids don't know each other. Like, I found out that one of my second cousin's son was at Kennesaw, graduated at Kennesaw this year. My daughter is at Kennesaw. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot of family members that's intertwining with each other and don't even fucking know it.
Well, the thing about it is things have changed because a lot of us don't want to admit it, but we are the matriarchs of the family now. Mm-hmm. So that means that there are certain things that we have to start doing that we're expecting other people to do. That ain't how that shit go.
Slick, she fights against that because everybody in the family always tell her, you the only person to get everybody together. And she's like, But to be honest with you, when it comes to things with Slick's family and her people, everything does come through her in a certain way. She just doesn't realize it. When it comes to certain things, they come to her first. When they come to certain things, the other side family come through her. They all want to talk to her and tell her things. I know with her, her father and Carlos being gone, it's a strain on her. Yeah. And in general, she doesn't want to take that responsibility on because she's still trying to deal with those
loss. That we go again with God directing the traffic. See, you can't go against what's in store. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you may do feel down on those days because of deaths and things of that nature. But when God is directing you to away from those feelings, because guess what? If you are planning for the holiday, you'll have less time to grieve here. We know that grief is embedded. Mm-hmm. It's embedded. It's going to be there. So if God is tilting you towards towards something else, go for it. Mm-hmm. Go for it, because you don't know how that'll make you feel or whatever. Now, what I will say is a lot of times, because we've had it in our family too, well, a lot of times people don't realize how much things cost. Mm-hmm. And I get that. So the ones that don't realize how much things cost, either you tell us that you're having a hardship and maybe some of the other family members can help pour into your part, but not knowing and not showing up because of money and things like that. We got to start trying to redirect that energy, man.
The way we used to do it is you contributed like to the games and to the bouncy houses and stuff like that.
You still gotta get to that mic though. Pull it down towards you. There you go.
So we'll take a collective. So whoever can contribute to like the bouncy houses and the games and the big ass tents and stuff like that, that's what you contribute to. Mm-hmm. And then like the meat. The sides are always typically everybody brought sides. Mm-hmm. So you know who could cook in the family and who can't. Mm-hmm. So we will always just designate, okay, you gonna bring this side, you gonna bring this side, and that will help offset some of the money. So if you can't supply money, then all right, I'm gonna bring a big ass pan of potato salad, and that's all I can afford. Right. And then everybody bring their own bottle.
So, like with us, we basically say $25, $30 per adult, mm-hmm. right? And just being honest with you, we let it go as far as it can. Mm-hmm. So we have a whole family committee. Our whole family, we got a whole family committee. I guess it's about maybe 7 or 8 of them where they get together. They kind of, get things all together. And it's $25, $30 per family. If you go out to eat, you're going to pay that.
Right.
If you go, so they make it reasonable, and anything, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And anything that's left over, we save it for the following event.
Right.
So I say that to just say, I encourage anybody who's in a position to actually get these families together and actually have family reunions, actually have gatherings other than for death.
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to do.
That's the most important thing, man, because one thing about it, you can pick and choose your friends. You can pick and choose them.
Family.
I don't care what, if you don't agree, if you don't get along with somebody in the family, stay the fuck away from them.
Right.
Like, just being honest with you. In our family, from my understanding, I ain't never heard of no sickies or no pedophiles or nothing like that being in our family, so we don't have to X them out of the whatever we're doing. Like, we just ain't had to deal with that, and I thank God for that. So if you have it where, because people are like, well, people ain't standing up to these kind of people in the family. It's like, bro, a lot of people don't even know. Like, if you're a person that is recovering from something that happened in your family, you might want to let somebody know. Because don't nobody, like, they sweep stuff under the rug. It ain't that. Know. People just don't damn know.
Right. They got their own shit.
They don't know what happened. It's what's traumatizing to you. Reach out to your cousins, man. Reach out to your loved ones and make it right. We're not going to be here forever. And if you leaving children and grandchildren and you making it where they don't need nobody but who they got, I'm going to tell you right now, that's one of the worst things you can do. If you hear and you have, because a lot of people just have relatives. It's a difference than being family. Right. Sometimes you do have to create your own family, and I get that. I truly get that. But being honest with you, leaving your children in the world with nobody to lean on because you made this world only about y'all is dysfunction. And it builds resentment, because once you leave here and they feel like they ain't got nobody and eventually find out who their people are and stuff like that, it builds resentment. It builds a whole nother something for them to recover from. Introduce your children to the family, man. Let these folks know they ain't in the world by themselves. Right. Yeah, you might want to feel like that's the most healthiest way to go, because a lot of times you can't trust some people. We ain't saying let your children spend the night at nobody's house. What we're saying is when we get together, man, pay them little hot $25, $30, $40 and show up and have a good time.
Play some space and eat.
Like, for real, it's worth it.
And sit outside around the barrel that gets rid of the mosquitoes in the neck.
Yeah, like it's definitely worth it, man. Because we got, like I was telling Lau, we got together for 4th of July too. We went up to Reggie's house, and they got a swimming pool in the backyard, and they got a fitness room. You know, they got it was a whole little vibe, and everybody was really appreciative. We all sat out there. It wasn't. Everybody just enjoyed each other's company.
Right.
Before we came, that particular event, we didn't put any money in. We asked what was needed.
Right.
What do we need to bring?
Yeah. So I had took my cousin on my mama's side with me. So we went up there and we just had a good time and everything. So, and that's when I was like, I've been trying to do this for the last 2 years. And he was like, why you ain't said nothing? Shit, I've been telling everybody that would fucking listen. He was like, you ain't tell me. Well, damn, and I'm telling you now.
Yeah, man. Did you go to Dukes and Boots yesterday?
Fuck no.
I just had to ask.
Did you buy tickets?
I initially bought tickets when it was supposed to be at the ranch.
See, that's what I told him.
Yeah. I bought tickets when it was at the ranch, and when they transferred it to Atlanta Motor Speedway, I politely reached out to them and said, "Can I get a refund?" Because they had already got up to 5,000. 5,000 is way too many people for me, and them bitches talking about they had 40. I can't do 40. I can't do 5. So give me my money back. And I seen it, and I was like, I'm so glad I did not do that shit, because I would have pulled in and pulled the fuck out.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of different reviews, but I just wanted to ask you that because I ended up not going to. I was telling Lab that Jasper went, Lloyd and Blanco both performed or whatever. So it was more like a festival than a trail ride that we would have originally.
So it was originally supposed to have been a trail ride, but because people being people, they didn't want to cut off the sales. They kept taking on all the money. They made it into a festival. I wanted a trail ride version. I didn't want a festival.
That's what I told Lab. I was like,
so did y'all get the full festival tickets? So y'all,
I got my refund.
You get your refund?
I went to the bank, like I told you. I contacted my bank. I disputed my charge, and they sent me my money back. So last weekend, DJ Cutthroat, he was one of the sponsors for the 404 festival at Wolf Creek for July 5th. It was supposed to be like all the old Atlanta's, Pastor Troy, and everybody that was supposed to be performing at Wolf Creek last week. And then they was supposed to be doing a drone show. So July 4th at 10 o'clock at night, they posted and said the show was canceled. Didn't say why. Didn't say when they was rescheduling it. Didn't say they were going to offer refunds. No, nothing. Then later on, they posted and said they were going to reschedule it for sometime in August. It was going to be bigger and better. Bitch, I didn't want it in August. I wanted it July 5th. And then they cut off the comments. You couldn't message them. You couldn't do anything to get your money back. But let me just reach out to the bank.
So how do you do that? You go to your bank and tell them I didn't get this service?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So do they charge you for that?
As long as you have proof that you wasn't provided the service or the product, yeah, they'll get your money back. And I screenshot the motherfucker when they said it was canceled due to unforced scenes, and I sent that motherfucker in. They sent me my money back.
Oh, okay. So then the bank fight for their money from them.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Which is worse because the bank got unlimited funds to sue. So.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So, yeah, all of us have put in a request to get our money back. All of us that was going.
Yeah, because he just going to keep their money. Like, how you going to keep their money?
And then tell them they're going to do it in next month.
In August. And then August be like, well, we can't do it in August because
we forgot.
What happened is a vendor had went on and said the same thing had happened with the same promoter back from Memorial Day weekend. They were supposed to have been doing something and then canceled last minute. So I was thinking, if you had already went through this, why are you a vendor again with the same people? Like, you didn't learn your lesson the first time?
A lot of people don't, but you know what? That gives more room for us because when we start having our events, they'll see why they need to support us.
Yeah, so they was like, I don't know what they got going on, but to this day, they still haven't posted when it was going to be in August or nothing. I was like, what y'all ain't finna do is waste my time. So let me just get my money back off of y'all.
Well, we shall see, y'all. We had a chance to cover a lot of things today, from the importance of going into these local elections, the importance of families getting together. We talked about the book that Lab is reading, The Devil We Know. Y'all going check it out.
Check it out.
That's right. And we always talk about the neighborhood unity, the community, the community getting together and things of that nature. Like, we had a really good show today. The deportation and knowing that it is real, and just knowing that once you leave out of this country, you better have your shit right in order to get back in. Like, don't make no mistake about it. Yeah, yo, birthright is here, but apparently that ain't holding no weight these days.
Right. Not at all.
And we talked about GSP too, man. Georgia State Patrol, man. Just please show these people some humanity. Like, don't keep going on these high-speed chases. And I understand people need to quit putting them on the chases, but at the same time, them folk got to give an account for what they do too.
You're right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, you might didn't catch them this time. Because we've been seeing some crazy stuff, but man, don't jeopardize other people's lives for that, man. It's so unfair. And then at the end of the day, you want to make it home too.
So they say we finna have a day party.
Oh yeah, we are. We're gonna have a day party. We'll announce it sometime soon. And I'm actually looking forward to it. And you don't have to worry about some of the stuff that you're worried about with other people. Okay.
That's right. That's right.
We're gonna make it good for y'all. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. We appreciate y'all, man. Every night of the week we have something on. If you guys want to support us, you can do that. You can go through YouTube, Roku. You can go through wherever you want your art to be or think your art should be. You look up MisFits Radio or WestSide MisFits and you will see us there.
That's right. We everywhere.
Everywhere. If you see a platform we ain't on, let us know.
And if some of you other platforms want to collaborate with us, because I've noticed that y'all ain't where we are, we can get you there.
Right.
You guys got to reach out to Miss Mixlight, because Lab don't really do all that. I ain't good with all that collaborating talk.
Yeah, I'm good with the collaborating talk because
the
for one, person, I can decipher.
I am not.
I don't do bullshit. I do business. Right. So when I get a stitch of bullshit, I call Lab and be like, don't even worry about it. He be like, what happened? Don't matter.
I'll be like, all right.
Don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because like we just gotta be able to Decipher and Distinguish, man, we see a lot of people who started out on our platform doing big, great things now. We appreciate being a part of their foundation.
That's right.
So, like, if we can encourage and support, that's what we're going to do. But we want the same respect and encourage and support back.
That's right.
You feel me? We don't do it for accolades, but one thing about it, you show that love back, and appreciation takes you further than anything. I bet you'll know we'll appreciate you.
That's right.
On Monday, so just to let you guys know, we have a show later on this evening, which is the Real Podcast hosted by Chris.
The Real Atlanta.
Real Atlanta Podcast hosted by Chris. He'll be here at around 8 o'clock. So Monday, we got Dosed Up here at 8 o'clock. On Tuesdays, we have Miss Gemini Communications. She's at 8 o'clock. On Wednesdays, we got the OGs, MisFits of Comedy. They're on at 8 o'clock. And then on Thursdays, we also have
Pooch.
Deontay Burden. Changing Lives and
Mr. Short
Dollar. He's on every Thursday. And then on Fridays, we have You Hayat Podcast. Podcast. P-O-T-C-A-S-T. Just in case you wonder.
Right.
And then on Saturdays, DJ Lab and I, we do our own thing, man. He's DJing. I'm typically bartending or doing something with Mix-a-Lot Services. But y'all tap in with us. We have room to network. We have room to do some events. Y'all let us know what it is that you guys would prefer, and we'll make it happen. Sundays, we started all over again. So we, like I said, once again, we appreciate you guys, man. Tap in. Let us know what you think about the podcast. Let us know some things, suggestions, whatever it is that you think that could actually help us, pour into us, man.
That's right.
We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next weekend, actually.
Peace.
Turn this one up, my boy. 3 o'clock. Yeah. This radio. It's 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock. From 3 to 5, they going live. MisFits Radio. Turn it up. That's my favorite show. It's 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. From 3 to 5, they going live. MisFits Radio. Turn it up. That's my favorite show. From 3 to 5, they going live. MisFits Radio. Every Sunday, yeah, they certified. My favorite show. New guests this week, ain't no surprise what you been praying for. If you trying to take their top spot, you better pray some more. Slick got the camera rolling, lab on the ones and twos. It's a lot, they going in the dirt and someone come for you. This my favorite podcast, you listen, it's your favorite too. Playing all the hits where they in trouble if they play with you. Artists in your music in, come and get an interview. Tune in every Sunday, cause you know that's what I'm about to do. 3 to 5, they going live, black owned and black operated. Indie hits the mainstream, if it's hot, they gonna play it. I ain't even gotta say it, watch it back on Roku. Going live on IG or catch the show on YouTube. Tune in every Sunday and catch up on the latest news. Or close your ears and close your eyes, cause that's what all the haters do. It's 3 o'clock, it's 3 o'clock. From 3 to 5, they